Friday. It's a Joyful Yogini here for the weekend reading. So I'm also live on Instagram. So live on Instagram, live on YouTube, and we'll be doing a reading. We'll be pulling cards. I'm not too sure from which deck yet. Gonna see where the inspiration comes from. And yeah, we'll see where the energies are at. I feel like over this week, we've been getting clarity of things within our life. Not full clarity, potentially, but more clarity in what's important to us. And so there's still some deeper work to, and it's important for us to get some quiet time. Journaling would be really helpful. That journaling just keeps on coming up. Oh, who has joined? Yay, June has joined. Hey, Yay, how are ya? So, yeah. So we need to go deeper. And I feel like this weekend, the energy of this weekend will be playful, but it feels like it's also going to be about taking action, getting shit done, taking action, and then having the balance with the quiet time. I I think many of us will go through some times during the day we'll feel. Is that Tommy in the house? Tommy's in the house. Hi. Yeah, I wouldn't be don't be surprised if you go through some tired periods this weekend. Sometimes you're like, crap, I just need to lay down. Allow yourself to lay down. Whether, some of you can nap and some of you can absolutely not nap. But even just taking the time to just lie down, have nothing going on. Maybe no music, unless it's kind of that background, soft, gentle that you're not rocking it out to. Maybe it's signs of the forest or the water, things like that. But we need that time to chill. Now, doing a meditation would be beneficial too. It's whatever you're drawn to. Maybe going for a cold forest walk. It depends where you are in the world, but it is pretty chilly here. Today, with the wind chill, it's -22. So my dog walk this morning, it was cold, and I'm going to have to take them for another dog walk soon. So I'm going to try to get into the woods as quickly as possible to get a little bit of shelter going on. So yeah, maybe you're going to go out for a walk, or maybe you're going to take a nap, but just take that time, because we will be getting messages in different ways, but we need to quiet down the mind and allow everything, because beautiful shifts are happening that is helping you to align with your life's purpose. And if you have put it out there that you want to live your best life, then that is coming into alignment. And so sometimes doors need to close and other ones need to open. And maybe a door has already closed, but you're still going through the healing process of that closure. And for some, it's you haven't been ready to hit the trigger yet, with closures, and that's okay, because we're all in our own timing. So there's the planetary energy shifts and brings us to like this energetic climax of release, but there's different patterns of that. So many of us have gone through a big freaking shift and like, yeah, I am changing things now. And others, and it's totally okay because we're all on our own journey, right? And others are still gathering information. And as they're gathering information, as they're observing their life and taking in more information and seeing more, getting really clear about what you want and what you don't want. But really focusing on what you want, not focusing on what you don't want, getting clear about what you don't want, and then just moving on. Right. And then just focusing on what you do want so you can bring more of that into your life. And so there will be another climax, which will be a second wave of clearing. And what's coming to mind right now, and you know what? I listen to astrology. I am not an astrologer, so I have not checked whatever check the charts to see what's going to happen. But February was just coming to mind, the month of February. So it'll be interesting to see what type of planetary shifts there are within that month, because it's another one. The word that I'm getting to is disruption. So there's another big wave that is going to create an internal disruption, and external too, because other people will be feeling it, not just you. Everyone internally will be feeling this disruption, and that outer disruption from others can create more disruption with us. And it depends on where your thoughts are as to if it's really going to rock your world, or you're like, no, I can ride this. Then the image that they're giving me is being on top of a surfboard, and you're like, okay, I'm going to ride this wave and I can do this. And you can. All of us can. We've gone through a lot. If you think about the whole span of your life so far, we have all gone through a lot. And just thinking about since COVID hit, we've all gone through a lot. Hey, Frederick Grind. I don't know if you're still there, but welcome. So we will get through this, and the more of a positive attitude, and that's not ignoring your feelings, because when this disruptive energy comes in, emotions are going to come up. And so just like recently we had this massive wave of anger escaping, so releasing from, yeah, from different parts of our body, like energy pockets from different ongoing things that we've had. And it was that like volcanic eruption that came up and out. So anger, resentment, and fears have been coming up too. So it's that type of vibration, the anger stuff, and then you come up a notch, and we're going to get into the fear stuff too. So as the stuff comes out, look at it, embrace it. It's okay that you're angry or resentful or sad or scared. I feel like it's more the fear that still needs to release. And the fear that we'll be releasing will be from different areas of our lives. So different patterns that we've had, and it will be unique to everybody. Matt is in the house. Hey Matt, happy new year to you. Long time no connect. So wonderful to have you here. Okay, so let me pull the cards for the weekend reading. Let's see. I'm gonna go for the Archangel deck. Archangel Oracle card deck. I'm gonna use these, and I'm having some nuts here. I love the mixed nuts. I think my body has a hard time digesting some of them. I don't know which. I usually can digest better if I have almonds, but I do like an unsalted mixed nut thing. And family member brought that kind home, and it's good. I like it. Okay, it's a good snack when you don't eat too many. That's sometimes I just don't even pay attention. I just keep popping them in. So portion control would be good. All right. Here's one. Not too sure what that one was. What else do we need for this weekend? What do we need for this weekend? And there's another one. Okay, so I'm just going to pull these two cards. Glasses. Life review. Archangel Jeremiel. Life review. All right. Take inventory of your life and resolve to change, heal, or anything that is unbalanced. So you can look at your love life. You can look at the relationships with your parents, with your kids, with coworkers. You can look at the way you treat money and maybe your thoughts around money. You can look at the way you treat your body. What do you ingest? What do you put in your body? Whether it's using a lot of chemicals, whether it's whatever food you're eating, whatever drinks you're eating. Do you do alcohol? How much? How often? Do you put a lot of chemicals in your body, such as like aspartame and or even cleaning chemicals. You don't mind I'm eating some nuts, do you? Okay, what does that say for Matt? I took a camping retreat, if you will. 6 days. I'm refreshed. Nice. Oh, that's awesome. Whereabouts? That's great. I myself would not want to be camping in the weather that we're getting in Ontario right now. Yeah, I'd be a fair weather camper, I would say, definitely. Okay, so taking stock of what's been going on. So I was talking about that quiet time before. I was talking about journaling, um, meditating, taking a nap, etc. So think about the different areas of your lives, or maybe one particular area in your life where you've recently had some disruption, where you're noticing things. Maybe you're not as happy as you could be, and you want to know why, and noticing if there's certain patterns that you get into. And let's say it's relationships, so is there a certain pattern that you get into, maybe when it comes to communication, or maybe when it comes to sex, or maybe when it comes to um yeah, so much about communication. I just heard communication again in a different way. So for relationships, really think about the communication aspect, because you need to be able to be yourself in a relationship, to fully be yourself, and to be loved for who you are, be embraced for who you are, and being having a safe space to be able to say, okay, this aspect is not working for me, and maybe because this is the way it makes me feel, or however you want to go about to the communication. But expressing what the issue is and why it's an issue for you, and being able to create a safe space where you could say, okay, so is there anything we can do about this? Sometimes conversations need to take place over months. You might feel comfortable saying a little bit, and then the next conversation you can say, you remember we're talking about this, and now I'm realizing this. So as we process what we say and what we feel, and then what we observe afterwards, we can get to a new level of understanding, which means having that conversation again would be great. Now, not everyone likes to have in-depth conversations, right? Catskill mints or mountains, Catskill Mountains. Oh, wow. Very cool. How is the weather there? Um, so let's see who else has joined. Hi, Naya. Welcome, welcome. And Frederick, you were there before, right? Um, so yeah, looking at that communication piece is really important, and working towards that safe communication. And if you have not been in that place and you don't know how to get to that safe space of communication, maybe you want to get couples counseling, or maybe it's a mediator. I learning some strategies and having a person to be able to create the safe space so you can speak and you will be heard, and then vice versa, I think is really important. So work with someone that you feel comfortable with. I can work with couples as well, so if you're drawn to something like that, I can help with the communication, and even those challenging conversations that, whether it has to do with sex, or whether it has to do with finances, or whether it has to do with date nights, or whatever. But those conversations need to be had. Some people find um, connecting over email or texting can feel safer. And so, just as long it if you are going to do texting, it's you still need to have that safe space, because then the tone can be taken in a totally different way, and then maybe it won't work so well. But if over DMs you find that you can type and they will listen and they will be open, then hey, and maybe you'll be able to work in that way for you. But being able to evolve it so you can have the face to face in a safe way is important. We need to have that good, strong communication dynamic. And if one or both of the partners are refusing to go that way, it's just going to be a building of more resentment and anger because you're not expressing what you need. And if you don't express what you need, how are they supposed to try to meet those needs? And I'm saying try to meet those needs because they might not be able to. And that's one of the things you need to observe as well. And when you're having this communication, is figuring out, can you meet your partner's needs while you are being you? Not while you're bending backwards while spinning a plate on your head. I don't know why I said that, but it just, sometimes it can take so much energy when you're trying to meet someone else's needs and it's not natural for you to meet, let's say, that love language in that way. When you have similar love languages, it I'm hesitating here because of all the love languages, we want, we can receive all of them in some type of degree, but the overall satisfaction will in feeling loved will come from your core things, your core love languages, the highest percentage that you have. And so, if you and your highest percentage of how you give love is a match for someone else whose highest percentage is, this is the way I need to receive love to feel loved, then isn't that just a beautiful match? Now, as we go along our journey, those love languages can change. So when you were, let's say, in your 20s, you might have just been satisfied with receiving a rose and a box of chocolates or something, right? And then, but now let's say that you're in your 40s or your 50s, it might be, no, I need you to spend time with me, or I need to physically be with you. I need, let's say, that touch. Or maybe the box of chocolates needs to turn into a weekend away together. Maybe it's those types of gifts that become important. So, those are just a few examples. And so, having the communication of what you need to feel loved is great. And then observing as to, can they provide that to you without bending over backwards, without using so much energy because it's not normally in what they do. And it's not just about the act of, let's say, spending time with, or the, let's say, the gift of giving just a present. There could be specifics in there that would really rock the world of that person based on the uniqueness of who they are. Because people who, let's say, their love language is gifts, like that's their highest percentage, person A with having that love language might be totally just head over heel, or in so much gratitude if they bought if their partner bought their specialty for them, from this place where, it could be from the grocery store, or it could have come directly from, Uganda or something like that, right? I don't know. Um, and then, someone else, a gift might be, yeah, man, no, it needs to be jewelry, right? Like, I don't know, we're all different. We're all different. So having those conversations to get into the depth of what works for them and what makes them tick, and for you as an individual to feel comfortable expressing that. And if you notice guilt coming up when you're wanting to express that, then notice that, because that's a pattern that is a distortion that could be released. So by observing those patterns, you have an opportunity to make some beautiful shifts. So that all came from the card Life Review. So really observe throughout the weekend, take the time to maybe journal about those patterns that you've been noticing, because they would have been coming up a lot over the past little while now. And so journal about that. Write it down. How many times have I said journal during this? Okay, we're gonna go to the next card. Okay, my partner went to visit friends in, I guess, Florida. Cold, but not too much. Okay, so the mountains are cold, but not too bad. Thanks. Have to leave. I'm always trying to catch it. Oh, thanks, Matt. I'm glad you came on. All right. Healthy lifestyle is the next. Healthy lifestyle. So this weekend, Archangel Raphael shares eat a healthful diet, get adequate sleep, exercise regularly for optimal health. So we need to have some balance within our weekend. Um, yeah, balance in all those different areas, and making sure that maybe skip the junk food this weekend, right? Or just watch the amount you consume, because I feel like this beautiful integration is happening, and some more high vibrational energy that is coming through to add into the integration. And if we can have a more clear system, trying to avoid like really greasy foods this weekend would be really beneficial. So maybe avoiding the chips. They're showing me potato chips right now. Maybe you shift to like a sweet potato or something like that. Um, Non-GMO. Well, I was gonna say non-GMO popcorn, but I don't know. It's hard to find good healthy popcorn, right? I can't even. My body is sensitive to corn, so I don't really do corn anymore. Yeah, it's sad. I love pop. I love the movie theater popcorn. Oh my goodness! So I might splurge once movie theaters open up again and get some real popcorn. Okay. So yeah, eat healthy, watch your sleep, eat healthy. Overall, I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. If any of you are wanting to book a one-on-one session with me, you can visit my website, thejoyfulyogini.ca. You can always send me a DM. Those of you on YouTube, if you also want to join me on Instagram, my Instagram channel is the.joyful.yogini. And my YouTube is the Joyful Yogini. All right. My bio on Instagram, within the link within there's a link tree on there, and it has all of my social media links. And my yoga is online as well, so things have closed up here, but you can join all of my yoga classes online. You can also DM me to ask me any information about my online yoga classes. So from my light to yours, namaste. Bye. Have a fantastic weekend. Hopefully, we'll see you tonight for Feel Good Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay, I want to